And therefore the rules of society dictate that for you to be taken seriously and have credibility, and for you to become an academic and an intellectual, you must conform to the norms. Because what are exams that lead you down this road to academia and all the rest of it and all these other institutions? What are they? They are a test of whether you've absorbed the belief system or not. And if you've absorbed it well and you repeat it on the exam paper, you pass your exams. If you think it's a load of old crap, and like me, you spent your school days looking out the window watching the football and the games lessons, then you are considered stupid. But what it's all based on is the intellect, and largely the intellect is in the left side of the brain. The brain has two hemispheres, which, again, this is mainstream science, and they have very different ways of decoding and perceiving, processing information, reality. The left brain basically is the world of the intellect. It's the world that we experience all the time. The left brain is about just words. It's about numbers. It's about everything. It sees everything as apart from everything else. It sees everything in structure. You've got the right side of the brain, which is more, hey man, out there, creativity, the artist, the maverick that won't conform. This is conformity. And if you look at the education system, it's becoming worse all the time. It's all about focusing at everything on the left side of the brain, which I would call the intellect. So even in almost in preschool now, they're doing more kind of normal academic lesson type stuff. And what they're doing, the teachers don't realize this, but in the shadows, they absolutely know exactly what they're doing. What they want to do, and this is why they want to get kids from their families as early as possible into the school system, in the preschool system and then the school system.
It's crazy that, sorry to jump in, but it's crazy that whole situation of how kids, like I think it's at 3 years old, straight away you're sitting in front of a desk, and then
exactly.
You get to a certain amount of age again, then you're at a desk again in your job.
Exactly. Well, what if you think about it, I mean, just take a deep breath and kind of look at it. You've just come into the world, right? You've just arrived.
Yeah, it's crazy.
And how much time do you have before you hit this programming system called education? It's getting smaller. And you've also got your parents who've been through the same system.
Yeah, they're indoctrinated.
And if they take on the program, they're going to pass it on to you even before you go to school, on the basis not of malevolence, but they think that's how things are, and they're doing the right thing. So very quickly, this mind that's just arrived in the world is plonked in a desk, and an authority figure is giving them the state's version of everything, telling them when they can speak, when they can go to the toilet, when they can eat, etc. And you've only just arrived, and this then goes on through the formative years. And if you notice, what's been happening is that part of the education system that stimulates the right side of the brain, first of all, things like music and art, they are being marginalized and defunded while everything's focused on the left brain intellect. Because what they're doing systematically is putting people in the left side of the brain and getting them to see the world from that point of view and shutting this down. Now, what opens this more than anything else? Ad-lib play. What is ad-lib play? It is imagination. Yeah. This is imagination. This is how you imagine new things. This is the world of the known recycling itself. This is the imagination and the creativity that sees things differently, and is extremely creative beyond the boom, boom, boom of the left side of the brain. So they don't want that. They want conformity. They don't want mavericks and creatives that they can't control.
Yeah.
And so they're shutting down that whole area. What else are they doing? They give you homework.